Aloha, welcome to Yoga with Veronika. Today we'll be focusing on releasing tension from the lower body. We will be using props, so please have your block and your strap ready. We'll start in a supine position so you can make your way down to the mat. And then bring in the soles of your feet touch, letting your knees open and fall out to the sides. Feel free to sway and just move around to get yourself nice and settled with your right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart space. Give your belly a full deep breath in. See if you can breathe in a little bit more. And then exhale out. Let's give it 2 more breaths. Full belly breath in. Force a little more inhale at the top. Exhale out. 1 more round of breath into the belly. Inhale. A little bit more. Exhale out, releasing your arms, wrapping them around your thighs and then pulling your knees towards your chest. Rock and sway. Extending your left leg towards the ground while you keep hugging your right knee towards the right shoulder. You can give your ankle a few stretches as well. And then getting your strap and your block ready, you want to place your block on the left hand side, kind of along the hip. And then wrapping the strap around your foot. Make sure your foot is nice and flexed, extending your right foot up to the sky. You can pull on the strap, maybe bring the leg towards your head or kind of move it around side to side or back and forth just to ease out into the hamstring. See how it feels. We'll stay here for a few breaths. So noticing how the hamstring is feeling, how you can help yourself and stretch it out more. You can even do some circles for the hip. Don't forget to breathe. And then we're going to drop the leg to the left, so give it a full breath in. And then as you exhale, releasing the right leg towards the left side. Make sure that block is there to support your foot. And then extending your right arm along your shoulder, you're going to turn your gaze and look towards the right side. You can relax your left arm, maybe even close your eyes. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Noticing your lower body, so now we're focusing on the spine as well. And this kind of a practice can have a huge, wonderful impact on your physical and mental well-being. Just as traditional spinal twist, we're stretching the glutes, the chest and the obliques, but with the leg, the right leg extended, you're also probably feeling it in a hamstring. And then of course, we're stimulating the spine and also the digestion. So notice where in your body is sensing it the most and then breathe into that space. Let's ease it out. We're going to flip the leg across to the opposite side for a nice hip stretch. Notice your left leg. You might naturally want to lift. You can place your left hand on your thigh and try and extend your left leg and connect it to the ground as much as possible. Please know your right leg does not need to be fully extended, so if you need to keep a slight bend in the knee, that's absolutely fine. As we practice these poses, know that it's essential to focus on the breath. You can use the breath to release any tension, especially on each exhale. And allow yourself to really listen to your body. Let's give it another full breath in. Full slow breath out. And gradually releasing that right leg. Stretch it out towards the sky. We'll just take a moment here to breathe into the hamstring. So make sure your foot is flexed. Knee can be slightly bent, but try and lengthen through the heel. And then gradually releasing the strap and lowering your right leg down. Shake it off for a moment. Switch your block to the opposite side. We'll do the same flow onto the other legs. Guiding your left knee towards your chest or towards the left shoulder. Remembering to keep the right leg fully extended, almost like you want to connect the entire backside of that leg against the ground or to the ground. Stretch out your left ankle, a few circles, maybe point and flexing your foot, and then extend your heel up to the sky using a strap. Pull the toes towards you. Notice that hamstring, move your leg around. You can draw some circles through the foot, through the hip, or just side to side or back and forth. Breathe into the back side of your left leg. Focusing on releasing the tension out of our lower body so we can feel a little more grounded, a little more balanced. And then get ready to get into our twist. Getting your hands ready with the strap so you can bring your left leg across your body to the right. Adjust your block as needed to make sure you're somewhat comfortable. Once your leg is set, you're going to turn away from your foot and face the opposite direction. You can extend your left arm along the shoulder. Make sure that arm is also relaxed. And we'll hold and relax here for a few breaths. Reclined positions, the supine position, what we're in right now, they can be really nicely soothing and balancing physically and emotionally because we're not actively doing any work. We're kind of just working with the gravity. So notice how the tension literally just leaves your lower body. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's slowly come back. So lifting that left leg up. Switch your strap, make sure you get a good hold of it, and then open your groins, your hips, bringing the left leg over to the left side. Work with your strap. You can also kind of drop that left elbow down to the ground to support yourself, and right hand is on top of your right thigh, gently pressing that thigh and grounding through the back side of your right leg. That way we're really getting that nice opening into the hips. Breathing into that space. Let's give it one more deep, slow breath in. Deep, slow breath out, allowing your body to open and release any sort of tension. Inhale, let's bring that left leg back up. Pause here for a moment, notice your hamstring, flex your foot. Slowly, with control, release your left leg down. Let's bring the feet nice and flat onto the ground and the knees to your chest. Wrap your arms around, rock and sway, massaging that back, the tailbone, nice and relaxed tailbone to the ground. Back should be completely flat against the ground. Hands below your knees, and let's gradually rock up to seated position. If you're on a soft ground, feel free to rock a few times and really just enjoying that sensation along your spine. Once you're seated, move your props to the side so they're not in a way. We will be using the block for one more pose later on. Transitioning over to a tabletop with shoulders over your wrists and your hips over the knees. Breath in, rising into a cow stretch. Exhale, arching into a cat stretch. Repeating a few more rounds of these, focusing on the spine and syncing breath to movement. So find your own flow. Maybe even close your eyes and really just feel into the spine. Center yourself in your tabletop, sending your right foot back, toes tucked under, and then move in and out, just figuring out how is your calf feeling, noticing that tension, breathing into that space. The more you lean into the heel, the more intense the stretch is going to be. You can also do a few circles through the ankle. If this is enough of a stretch, you can stay here. If you would like to add a layer, tuck the opposite toes under and then lift, pressing your body weight into down dog. The left leg is just kind of supporting your body weight, and we're really focusing on a right calf and a hamstring. So press your body weight back. Nice and long spine, nice and long hamstring on your right leg. With your next exhale, drop your left knee down to the ground. Swinging your right leg across to the left side, you can lower down to the forearms and explore here to find that nice juicy spot on your right glute. So moving your right foot maybe closer towards the top of your mat, maybe further towards the left, and then lean into the heel. You can slightly bend that knee as well and really lean back. Notice how it feels. If you still didn't locate it, just keep on moving and you will know once you hit that spot. Alright, we're going to lift and swing that leg all the way to the opposite side. Place your foot nice and flat, actually press into the outer edge of your right foot, noticing the inner thighs and the groins. You can add some movement back and forth. The further back you lean, the more engaging the stretch is going to be. Don't forget your breath. Then gradually making your way up to the top of the hands. And we walk the arms towards the left side, kind of parallel with the hips. And then inhale, open your right arm up, almost like you want to back bend, pushing your hips forward, nice front body opening. Exhale, drop your right hand back down, make your way to the tabletop, and then allow your hips rock and sway from side to side. Opposite side, left foot extends, toes tucked under, press the heel towards the ground. Either pulsing in and out, you press and hold, maybe some circles, whatever worked for you on your opposite leg, trying to mirror the same. And then if you did rise, you want to tuck the opposite toe under and then lift, press your body weight back towards the downward facing dog. Fully extending the left leg, heel towards the ground. Spine nice and long, strong shoulders, strong arms. And then dropping the right knee down to the ground, lift your left foot, swing it around towards the right. And again, move it around. Find that nice juicy spot on your left side on the glute muscle. Lean back, kind of like diagonally back and towards the right. Usually left side, it's a bit tighter, so you may find it a little easier than you did on the right. And holding here, breathing your way through any discomfort that you may be experiencing. Good, and then swinging that leg all the way across to the opposite side, foot nice and flat. Extending your left leg along the hips, move in and out to press back and hold. Give it another deep breath in. Full breath out, begin to rise on top of your hands as you inhale, and then walk your arms over to the right, along the knee, along the hips. Left arm stretches up and over as you inhale. Send your hips forward to the top of your mat. And then exhale, releasing your left hand back down to the ground. Make your way to a tabletop. Release that left leg. Tabletop position with toes tucked under. And then press your body weight backwards towards your heels as you would in a child's pose. You can even stretch your arms a little bit more forward. And then we'll keep stretching the toes. So find your balance. Lift your upper body off of the ground. I'm just kind of leaning over your feet. If it's too intense, lean more forward over the knees and use your hands for support. If you're feeling okay here and you would like to add another layer, we can aim for a bit of a balancer. Keep your arms along the knees, along the hips, and then lift your knees off of the ground to balance on your toes. Hands to your heart space. Trying to find a moment of stillness. Wonderful. And then exhale, release your hands back down to the ground. Release those toes and then tap your feet on top of the mat just to relax. And then we'll do one more stretch for the ankles. I feel like feet and ankles in general don't get much love, so let's focus on that. Keep your feet flat and then lean your body weight back using your arms for support and aim to lift your knees off of the ground. It's a really good stretch for your shins as well. Obviously, further back you lean, the more engaging it's going to feel. Hold it and breathe. And then gradually start to release the knees back down, coming through your tabletop. And again, tap those feet. Make sure the ankles, the toes are nice and soft. Toes under, and then pressing your way into downward facing dog. Keep pedaling your feet. Notice your hamstrings responding to the full stretch of your hamstrings. So downward dog is wonderful, engaging pose, not only for your upper body but also the lower body. Totally fine to soften the knees if you need to. And then let's walk the feet towards the top of your mat, towards your hands. Rising halfway into flat back, you can use your hand to check that your low back is indeed flat. Pull your shoulders backwards as well. And then exhale, fold over. Hug yourself closer to your legs. We'll do a few more times. Breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over, hug your legs. Another inhale, flat back, shoulders pulled backwards. Exhale, fold forward. Again, breath in, rise up, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Notice if it's becoming easier. A few more. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. One more to go. Breath in, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Softening the knees, you're going to extend and reach your arms behind your back, interlacing your fingers, pull your shoulders back, knees soft, feet slightly wider, and then let your arms fall over your head for a forward fold with the yogic lock. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades together. Move your upper body slightly around if needed, and then we'll do a nice little stretch for the hamstrings. Softening your left knee, let your arms in that bind fall over to the left, so you kind of twist over to the right. Right leg is nice and extended, and then switch to the opposite side. Try and keep your spine as long and engaged as possible. So right knee bend, left leg straight, and then let's do that again, over twisting towards the right. Notice your hamstrings, see how your body's responding. Over to the opposite side. Good. Coming back to the center. Pause here. Stretch your shoulders. Exhale, fold forward. And then let's slowly release those hands. Lift up halfway as you breathe in. Soften your knees even more. We slide those hands below your feet. You basically want your big toe to touch the wrist. And then lean towards your toes. Pulling through the tailbone up towards the sky. Watch out for your balance. It can be a little wobbly. Knees can be soft or completely straight. Pull the shoulders down to the ground while you keep extending your tailbone up to the sky. Fully breathing in. Breathing out. Okay, let's give it one more deep breath in. As you exhale, soften your knees more so they can release your hands. Lift up halfway as you breathe in. Soften your knees and step your body weight back into downward facing dog. Observe if you can notice any difference between your down dog that we just did prior to these forward folds and now. How are your hamstrings doing? Did we help them out? Does it feel easier? Does it feel a little more accessible than before? Let's give it another full breath in. Exhale, soften your knees down to the ground and then bring your knees in and swing your legs around. Moving your sit bones towards the top of the mat and then placing a block towards the end of your mat or even off of the mat towards the back. We'll be getting into the plow pose. So lower yourself into supine position. Arms along the sides of your body and then pressing into the forearms. Lift your hips, your tailbone off the ground. If you need to swing, help yourself out. And then get your hands involved to support your sit bones, your low back. Extending your feet towards the block. Now, if the block is misplaced, you can ease out, adjust the block, and then make your way back into this inverted yoga pose. You can also change the position of your block, right? You can have it higher, you can have it more flat. It really depends on where your body is. Knees can be bent, so let that happen, or try and extend your legs. This is a wonderful pose that stretches the spine, the legs, the shoulders. It can feel a little uncomfortable, so find your breath because ultimately it does help calm the nervous system if you're focusing on breath and on that relaxation aspect of the practice. Gradually making our way out of this pose. Do it with control and slowly. We're going to fully then extending the legs, do a wonderful counter stretch, counter pose. So placing your hands below your sit bones, rest onto the forearms, and then arch your spine up to the sky, and then drop your head back towards the ground. So upper body back bend using the support of your arms, just to open up that chest, that heart space. Inhale, lift your head up, open the elbows, slowly lower yourself back out of that fish pose. You, my friends, are ready for Savasana. If you need to hug your knees before we get here, please do. Also, happy baby would be a wonderful alternative. Otherwise, extending your legs fully out in front of you, arms open along the body, palms facing up. Bringing that focus, attention back inwards on your breath. The poses we practiced today work wonderfully together to release any tension from the lower body. And by incorporating these yoga poses into our regular practice, we can really experience a wonderful sense of relaxation and calm, which can then leave a lasting impact on our overall being. Give your body full breath in, full breath out. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed the class, be sure to share your experience in a comment below and check out another yoga class on my YouTube channel for continued relaxation, and make sure to subscribe as well. Mahalo and namaste.